I am honored to have 3-time Grammy Award winner, multi-Hoku Hanohano winner, the one and the only, the purplicious Kalani Ai.
The one and only, the award-winning author, everything, musician, producer, the one and only Cindy Paulos.
You know what an honor it is? It's so hard to ever get you anywhere because you have been nonstop on the run. You know, there was that time off we all went through where you created.
Yes.
Because you live on purple creativity.
Purplicious.
You are the
Love conquers all, right?
I love you. Yes, actually, I did an album based on a conversation I had with Kalani Ai. Kalani and I were at, now unfortunately closed, Waterfront Restaurant. And at the end, the last going away beautiful statement from my friend Kalani was, love conquers all.
Yes.
And I said, that's got to be a song.
And you know, you are a wonderful, everything you do is just amazing. Just serving the community. Lisa, let's give a round of applause. Cindy Paulos is a legend.
Applauding you. You know, you have, people don't realize how many things you do out there for the community. But you decided after all this happened, you decided, I'm going to go out on the road and take it on the road. And Japan wasn't yet open, but you were able to get into Japan to play for your adoring fans. Now it's open, but when you started, you were going, what was it the first time you went to Japan?
June, July, late August into September.
What was that like?
So I haven't seen you for months.
It's been since the Grammys.
Oh, I've been on the go. Japan, I think in the end of this month or the start of November, they're opening up to tourism.
They're already open.
Oh, well, see, I'm behind
they're
schedule.
They're open now, yeah.
Because during my 3 tours, I had to go on, I had to get QR codes, and you know how it is. Everything's QR code. Even our menus, it's like robots are running our system. You know what I mean?
Well, they are.
Everything's all QR codes since COVID.
Absolutely.
So, I had to get clearance to get there, a work visa to Japan. It was amazing just to be back singing for the fans of Japan.
And
Hawaiian
they
music.
Remembered you.
Oh, they did. They cried with me, and I cried with them like a big baby.
Now, I saw some pictures. You're wonderful about posting on social media.
Alan is better. I just finally learned how to do Instagram stories.
But the people were sitting, was it 3 feet apart? They were all wearing masks in the audience in the picture I saw.
Yes.
And they were so well behaved.
They're still social distancing.
Yes.
So like I have my Mario little thing right here.
Yes.
Right here.
Yes. Oh, yes, I see Mario.
I went to Universal Studios in Osaka, Japan.
Wow.
And I was told to wear my masks everywhere outside. And in Japanese, hot means atsui. And I was like, big boy, atsui. So they scolded me because I didn't wear my mask outside. So till today, you have to wear your masks indoors and outdoors.
Wow.
And it's 1,000 degrees.
Well, you were there during the hot summer.
Right.
Which is where,
I literally got rash.
I mean, it was intensely hot.
Intense.
And some of these places, like you took the train, some of the stations get really crowded, don't they?
And they don't use AC.
Oh, they don't?
Hardly. They're beautiful and skinny.
Yeah.
I'm a big boy. So they look at me, they go, sumo? I was like, no, I'm not a sumo wrestler, no. I'm a Hawaiian singer.
So what was it like, though? Because a lot of the regular musicians have not been able to get back in the thing until just recently. So you were really one of the few groups that were able to come in and perform.
Yes. Not many Hawaiian musicians can make it out to Japan during the summer because of restrictions, like COVID-19 restrictions. They had to, if you didn't get fully vaxxed, you will probably have to do a quarantine, stay at a hotel, a government hotel approved lodging area. Like, I think 14 days.
Wow.
But in order to surpass that, you have to be fully vaccinated. Show your vax card. You have to fill up the travel safety procedures. It was a long process. And when you get to these airports like Tokyo or or Osaka, they have 500 lines. It takes forever to get through security and customs because they're strict. It was beautiful to know that this country still care for their people.
Yeah.
And they had rules set in place so that everyone is safe.
But it took forever.
The airport's stores were closed. All this time. What we were doing in 2020 is what they were doing. It was what they're doing today.
Right.
So they're still 2 years ago. Like, they're strict, but as of now, I think they're slowly opening up stores across their country.
So where did you stay?
I stayed many hotels.
In Tokyo.
Oh my gosh. All I have to tell you is the food is delicious.
You did, because I was wondering. Now, people don't realize, but you were on a special diet, right?
Not in Japan.
Not Japan. Noodle.
Oh my gosh,
Is it
everything
all
noodles and beef and barbecue beef and fish, and you call it shabu shabu, vegetable soup, all kinds of delicious food. Yakiniku, you can teppanyaki style, cooking of different types of beefs, wagyu beefs. Oh, it's so good.
Really
I think
good.
Japan's food is like amongst my top 3.
And you're learning Japanese?
Hi. Arigatou gozaimasu. Yes,
Oh, very good.
I am.
You're getting it.
And then when I'm talking to my fans on stage, I scream out Murasaki Ichiban, which means purple rules the world.
And they were purple. They brought you purple gifts. They gave you purple lace. They gave you purple everything, right?
Everything purple. And we also went to I performed in Sapporo in Hokkaido, and it's a beautiful island.
Okay, Sapporo's where?
North Island of Japan. It's located on the Hokkaido area, the northern part of Japan, Nihongo, and it's known for lavender. So my friend, they have this farm called Farm Tomita out in Sapporo. And it's a little cooler. It's kind of like, it looks like a Makawao, Kula, Waimea on the Big Island, Kamuela. And it's green pastures, and it's beautiful and cooler, and it snows up there. And I got my Purplelicious Power Lavender lathering soaps and all of that stuff from Tomita Farm.
Now, did you play there? Or was that just your little vacation?
Well, just holo, just vacation.
Yeah, so that's cool. You needed that because you've been going nonstop. Number one, doing this after not doing it for all gets you back in having to get into that thing. But my friend, you were going back and forth and back and forth. Now, you were selling out the stadiums, but these, again, when you sell at a stadium, it's not as big as it was because you're down to a quarter of what you would have been. Because
there's still social distancing. People are still a little scared, I think, coming out during that time.
Yeah.
But as we're looking into the future, this is October, there's a lot of people showing up now. And a lot of them at football games or at baseball games, especially at a baseball game in Japan. Part of my team went to watch a baseball game. I should have went to see an actual professional baseball game. And they all wore masks in Japan. But here in Hawaii and throughout America, they're not doing that, of course. They're not wearing masks at the stadiums. They're just, people are just living their lives, I think.
Well, and when you went out, though, were the restaurants on the street were open again?
Open.
Those are all open.
All open, but you have to wear your masks outdoors. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And, when I was there in June, I literally, I swear, I walked so much. I'm a big boy, and you have to walk a lot in Japan. I think I sweat out maybe 5,000 gallons of sweat.
I believe that. Were you just drinking lots and lots of water?
I tried to.
Lots of,
But I ate a lot.
Well, that's part of traveling, isn't it? That's part of traveling.
And shopped.
What did you shop
Well,
for?
at Osaka, they have this flagship store, Louis Vuitton.
No, they don't.
Americans call it Louis Vuitton.
When are you going to get them as a sponsor?
I know. I need a sponsor. I'm talking to my Japan promoters. Get me a sponsor.
You need a Louis Vuitton sponsor.
I want everything purplelicious.
Yes.
All purple Louis Vuitton.
You got it.
But if you go to Osaka, in the luxury lane area, there is this 7 floors of Louis Vuitton like shopping experience. And the top of
you
the
went
floor.
to heaven.
Yes, heaven. And I went to the cafe. Everything Louis Vuitton sandwiches, coffee. I lived. It was heaven.
What? I've never
Japan.
heard of
In
Louis
Japan.
Vuitton sandwiches. What's a Louis Vuitton sandwich like?
It was a sandwich like you could buy from 7-Eleven, but it was $80.
That's a Louis Vuitton sandwich. I love
Yep.
it. But was it
Yep.
served on a Louis Vuitton plate?
Everything Louis Vuitton. Everything. I wanted to put the entire plate in my bag.
I'm sure.
With the forks and knives.
Oh my God.
But there were cameras on me.
Well, I bet there were. Did people take pictures of you and everything?
Yes.
Were there lots of people taking pictures?
Yes, lots of pictures.
Well, you know, we haven't seen each other since the Grammys. I saw you there. And you, of course, won your 3rd Grammy. I mean, media was all over you. You could barely keep up with it, right? Is the media in Japan different than here? Because, I mean, obviously you're huge here in Hawaii, and it made national status. But what about Japan?
Pretty similar. They had TVs. Most times when they know I'm arriving, they do have their little paparazzi.
Oh.
So they show up, take pictures, interview. Yeah. And as a Hawaiian, I'm not going to pull the Hollywood card and say, no. I wasn't raised that way.
Right.
So as a local boy from Hawaii, I said, sure, take pictures or interview me. I just did an international newspaper article out there in Miyazaki. And so they do publications on
Miyazaki?
me. It is further south.
Than Osaka?
More southern than Osaka, and Tokyo is midway. So when you get on the Shinkansen, which is a bullet train, oh my gosh.
Oh my.
Their bullet trains
Goes how fast?
are amazing.
We're talking bullet.
Like their attendance and the coffee and the food and desserts they have on. Oh, it's remarkable. I love
went.
Japan.
The last time I've been to Japan was maybe 30 years ago, but they even had a fast train then. But now, do you know how fast those bullet trains go?
200 something miles an hour.
Wow.
So on a regular car from Osaka to Tokyo, it takes about 4.5 hours. But on a bullet train called a Shinkansen, Nozomi Shinkansen, you get there in literally an hour and 15 minutes. It's so fast.
Oh, totally different.
Fast.
Unbelievable. You sit down,
Clean.
get settled, you have a meal, and you're gone, and you're
the
there.
cleanest trains, cleaner than Amtrak's.
Now,
Clean.
what I remember about Osaka is the old towns and the temples. They had these beautiful temples. They had a deer park. Or they still have some of the old towns?
Everything is just extraordinarily beautiful.
Yeah.
The food, the culture, everything is so similar to Hawaii.
Yeah.
And they have their own type
Hilo.
of aloha.
It's like Hilo.
Hilo.
Yeah, isn't it like Hilo?
Yes, very like Hilo. And some parts look like Honolulu.
Yeah.
I can relate so much more with the culture.
Yeah.
They love the Hawaiian music and hula and culture. And so that's how we connect with the people of Nihongo, Japan. And they love us Hawaiian-go, us Hawaiians. And you and I, they love us. They love Hawaii so much that they cry and they grab me and they tell me, I want to marry you. I was like, I'm taken.
So what was that like in Osaka? You did a concert. Was that different than when you did the concert in Tokyo?
You know, they're not so much. The sound system is amazing. I work with a promoter for the last 6-7 years. His name is Sekino and his wife Kyoko. They are promoters and owners of an entertainment company called Kalani International. They are well known and highly respected. They
Makes
are
all
from
the difference.
Kamakura.
Yeah.
And they're located in Kamakura, which is like the suburbs of
Kamakura is where they have the outdoor Buddha, that big, huge.
Yeah,
Have you ever
huge.
seen it?
Been there.
Unbelievable.
I love it.
Isn't it amazing?
Amazing.
I had a spiritual experience at that.
Beautiful.
It's outdoors because I thought 100 years ago, 200 years ago, it burnt down out, and so it's outdoors. But people, you know, you've seen the Lahaina Buddha.
Yes.
That's designed after it. This one is got to be 300 feet high. It's
Amazing.
200. We're talking massive.
Right. And the energy
is
so proactive and beautiful. It's so fulfilling. Like, yes, I can wear my crystals because I love crystals.
Yes.
I go to Japan. I buy my crystals there too. I love crystal shops. And it's just their energy is so overwhelmingly beautiful. And their spirit is so full that I don't have to worry about anything negative.
Can I tell you
know?
what happened when I was in front of that Buddha?
Tell me.
I walked up to that Buddha, and I am Buddhist. I'm a Zen Buddhist as well as a Christian.
Wow.
And I walked up to that Buddha, and you look up. I mean, when you
Right.
look up,
Huge.
you look up. And I looked at the Buddha's eyes, and all of a sudden, there was that sound of cicadas going at that time of year. It was loud, loud, loud. All of a sudden, it came like this wave over me where I was transfixed. And this energy, I felt like I was in another time and space as I was looking up at this Buddha. And I saw Buddha's eyes that looks closed downwards. I saw the eyes open, and I saw the eyes of Buddha looking into my eyes.
Like, amazing.
Really, like his eyes were looking into my soul. I was just in another zone. It
Beautiful.
totally was transforming. It was amazing. That Buddha meant so much to me. And, you know, it is. There's when you think of people worshiping there for hundreds and thousands of years in some of those places, there is something there, you know?
Correct.
And that Japan has this amazing energy, and you got to see it in a way hardly anyone gets to see it, my friend.
Their shrines, their temples, their Buddha, it's all significant, and it's a spiritual significance.
Oh, yeah.
I gained that spiritual conscious, what do you call that? I'm conscientious of it, because being Kanaka, being Hawaiian, we have our own heiau and our own halela, our own temples, and we are able to really connect with other cultures that have that spiritual boundary and
have
connection,
preserved it all
and
these
get
years.
into that realm and that setting, and being able to connect with that realm. It's absolutely stunning.
What was the favorite song they liked for you to sing in concert?
They love my version from Sony Music Japan that I recorded with Sony Music Japan, Epilimao. It's a love song. It talks about this guy falling in love with a woman, and I love singing it for them. I always go, I love you, himada wa kanashi uta, kikitaku nayo. Cindy Paulos, I love you.
I love that. Now, you had one song you did. Was that the song you wrote in Japanese?
Actually, I did it in Hawaiian, Japanese, and English, so everyone gets to get a piece of that pie.
Yes, which is amazing. And speaking of music, you have a new Christmas album out.
Yes.
It's a purplicious Christmas.
Purplicious love. It's a purple Hawaiian Christmas album. It's being released October 28th on all digital platforms.
Oh, boy.
And you inspired me to say Purplicious. You're part of the Purple Hawaiian Christmas album. And Cindy, I'm excited. 2 originals and most of some classics and covers. But I'm excited. I love Christmas. I love Christmas. And it drops October 28th. And then I'm having my CD release concerts tour set on December 1st in Seattle, Edmonds Center for the Arts.
Wow.
December 2nd, I'm the first Native Hawaiian singer singing and headlining at the Patricia Reeser Center in Portland, Oregon.
Wow.
Featuring award-winning hula. And then I'm in San Francisco featuring multi-Hoku winner Patrick Landenza and award-winning hula Halau Okaua Tuahine with Mahelani Uchiyama in San Francisco, Freight and Salvage in Berkeley, California. And then I have another concert in Christmas concert, Kailua-Kona. Kahilu Theater in Waimea, a private Christmas pa'ina, and Hawaii Theater December 23rd.
I saw that. And you know what? I have a friend who wanted to do a show there. They said that theater usually gets booked out a year in advance. That Hawaii Theater is like one of the most booked locations.
Yes, it is.
So you got in there for a Christmas show on the 23rd.
So blessed.
That's
Thank
a
you,
Friday
Gregory.
this year. So that's what a gift for the people.
Mahalo.
To be able to see you for the Friday before Christmas.
I wish I was a billionaire. I could have just said, you got a car and you got a car.
So tell me something. What are you going to sing on the Christmas songs?
Well, there are, I have a song called Wrapped in a Bow. I have classics, just classic music, but my version, my take of Hawaiian contemporary soul music. And I just love gift giving. 'Tis the season of giving, and I love Christmas. I mean, who doesn't? I grew up, whether you're religious or not. I just love that my parents and grandparents raised me to just love one another every day.
Yes.
But to celebrate Christmas, the end of the year, and before the start of a new year, and just give people,
Yes.
and just be a good person. Just give people gifts if they want gifts. If there's chocolate covered macadamia nuts for Cindy Paul, just give. Or there's a gluten-free
sweet potato pie. Thank you. You're always bringing gifts. Thank you. No, that's true. So 2 new original songs. Now,
Yes.
Wrapped in a Bow is one. And what's the other original?
And there's a secret.
A secret.
Yes.
But you can't say?
I can't say it yet.
It's a real secret?
Yes,
You
I
can't
think
tell
you're
me?
part of it, maybe.
Not Purplicious. You didn't put Purplicious in I asked Mike Castle. You didn't put, don't. You're teasing me now. You're teasing me. No, let's just give a little kudos because Alan, your husband, has really been working so well. You two are amazing together. Meanwhile, he does his work as well.
Yes.
Is he traveling between the islands now and
he's
doing
a store manager for a corporate company, and he's all over.
He's traveling all over all the time.
He is in HR and recruitment, and he's all over the place. So
He fly mostly Hawaiian
Hawaiian Airlines
and Alaska.
And Alaska is presenting me, and I partnered with Alaska Air. Mahalo,
Yay!
Daniel Chun. Yay! So I'm very grateful to have Alaska Air from the Grammys.
What was that like to set up that partnership? Because I know you did a special concert for them, right? You
I
flew on
do.
Alaska to
Yes.
tell us about the flight. You flew to San Francisco, didn't
Yes,
you?
I flew to San Francisco for an influencer event with maybe 25 influencers. These are influencers who are very well known on social media platforms. They talk about their travels around the world, the type of food they're eating. They talk about fashion, designers. They talk about all kinds of things. And so they have a huge following. Like some of them are there's millions of followers.
Wow.
So I was able to connect with them and network, and it's all part of the travel experience.
Yeah.
Alaska Airlines is all about community driven, and the public relations director of Hawaii is Daniel Chun, who's
Tell
also
me
part
about
of my
him.
community.
I've never met him. What's it like?
Well, he's a good brother. I love him. He is a good man, and he works so hard to provide Hawaiian cultural music and just a man of wisdom. I really, really love surrounding myself with proactive, hardworking people. And he's based in Honolulu. So when Alaska Air tell him, we want to connect with the Hawaii people, or we want to connect with their culture, we want to connect with their type of food and travel experiences, and he's there to fill that gap and to be that bridge for the people of Hawaii and Alaska Air corporate. So I get to travel first class, Alaska Air.
What's that like? Because
And
I've
I
never
love
tried Alaska first class. Is that nice? Lots
You need
of space?
to join Alaska Air and sign up for the credit card.
Yes, they have a good credit card.
Yes, they do.
Lots of extra bonus points and everything.
Lots. And their service is superb.
Yeah.
So Alaska Airlines do believe in Hawaiian music and culture.
Yeah.
Other airline carriers, they're learning, but Alaska Air is the airline to select.
I give kudos to them. They're giving for Lahaina Cannery Mall Costume Contest, they're giving away 2 tickets anywhere, round trip, anywhere Hawaiian Airlines, anywhere Alaska Airlines fly. And you know what? That is such a cool thing, So then that shows me that they are, because it's not easy to set
there were
those things up.
25 influencers in San Francisco. They fed them a buffet. There was a bar service, everything, to congratulate them and their hard work working as influencers.
Did you sing?
I sang. There was award-winning hula. I had my guitarist there. And guess what? All of them received a surprise, a round-trip ticket all over the world, anywhere all over the world.
Oh, my
So
God.
Alaska Air really focuses on community relations and cultural relations.
So
and
where are you going to use yours?
I didn't get one. I just got hired to sing because already they partner with me.
Yeah.
But they are partnering with me they are presenting my Christmas tour called the Hawaiian Christmas Tour this December, all 6 shows. So they are all over Alaska Air, mahalo nui.
So they're doing the one before you go to Seattle, and they're doing the one that you're going to do back in San Francisco.
Yes.
And you're doing one also in where?
So so Alaska Air is presenting Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, and they are partnering with me throughout the whole West Coast tour for my Christmas CD release.
Oh my gosh, that's so wonderful! How exciting is that?
I'm excited.
Yeah, and
love you, Alaska Air.
You get treated first class.
And the food is remarkable. The service is amazing. Cindy, you need to fly Alaska Air.
I would love to fly Alaska Air, and I have, and I like the seats. Seats are
love the
important.
seats.
I love the seats, and I like the service. And of
Huge.
course, I have to say, Purplicious, the one and only Purplicious, it's got a purple phone he's recording this on.
Yes.
He does, because he's so Purplicious, and he's got his purple cat on. So they need to do a Purplicious seat for you.
First class.
You need a
with purplicious plates and food and everything.
There you go. We need that.
And souvenirs. We love you, Alaska Air.
Alaska Air. Come on in here. Anytime they can come on my show.
Okay.
You tell Daniel Chun.
Okay.
I want to talk to him.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I do.
Yes.
I like the way they support you, and if you support them,
and they can support you too.
Absolutely true. It's so
They're
important.
very, very community driven. I love their public relations campaigning. Alaska Air is the place to be.
Okay, you had in all of your amazing travels you've done. You did just go to Colorado, and you didn't have such a good experience coming back. That was United. What happened? Tell me now, because I talk a lot about this stuff. What happened? I mean, I saw you looking like you were in pain.
It was. I had to put in my high blood pressure pills. It's just delayed flights and mechanical issues, and I'm never traveling back home to Hawaii on a weekend.
That's good advice there. No, that's excellent advice. Thank you.
Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday is perfect.
Yeah,
but not a weekend.
Well, there's too many people, and we're getting into the holiday season,
and a lot of grouchy people.
Yes, yeah. and do not fly in economy class.
Oh my gosh! When you're a big boy and you're like,
do not fly in economy.
Oh Lord!
I know those seats have gotten so small.
It's so
I don't even know how you can sit in one of those seats.
I literally cried.
I believe it.
I cried.
I believe it.
I cried before I got to the airport.
I do. No, because the thing is, these seats at this point, you cannot fit your elbows. I'm 5'7", you can't fit your elbows in a seat. They go out, so you're basically always touching someone. And if it goes out on the side on the aisle, you're probably banging into a cart. And I've done that a few times. It goes. You know what I'm talking about, right? Your knees can be literally as the person in front of you. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Put me in first.
I know. Yeah. I know. I
don't know what else to say, but
I know.
Do not travel on a weekend.
That's great advice.
My recommendation is if you're going back home to Hawaii, especially if you are traveling 7 to 8 hours. Let's say my whole day was 12 hours of traveling, right? Yeah. There's the layovers, there's time difference, and if you're traveling, do not travel on the weekend.
And you know what? As a performer, you have to protect your throat.
Yeah.
You have to protect your state of mind.
Right.
Because you've got to be able to perform without being stressed out. So how was the concert in Colorado?
Well, I didn't sing there.
Oh, I
actually went because the president, as I'm a proud alumnus of Colorado Mesa University, Go Mavericks, class of 2006. And the music department, they're going through a facelift, and they're building a whole new studio and classroom, and they're going to name a studio after me. I know.
Oh, my gosh. What?
I cried.
A studio named after,
yes.
Was it called, the Kalani Paya studio?
Yes, but I'm not dead yet. I don't know why.
It's okay. It's better to celebrate when you're alive. Much better. That's cool. What kind of studio is it?
It's a recording studio.
Wow.
And I'm so grateful because the music department is so proud to have an alumnus from their college. I mean, I became their representative for encouraging students to attend the pro and be part of the music program.
You're going to have to go back and do a class there.
I have done master classes and vocal classes there, so I'm excited to go back.
Okay, let's a little vocal class here. Just a little bit of no, because you know what? And I'm a fan of Kalani not just because of his love and his aloha and his integrity. And I have to say, you have integrity.
Thank you.
But you have the most gorgeous voice. And I have an ear where if a voice isn't on or right, it bothers me. It's just like if it's not center, if it's not in tune. And your voice is so in tune and so pure.
Thank you.
You know I'm saying this from my heart.
I love you, Cindy.
Your voice is so in tune that when you hit a high note and you hold it, it's like, oh my gosh, So you do this in a lot of songs. This last album, you did it as well. And I have to say, I do enjoy the fact that you do Hawaiian, but you also sing usually a couple of pop songs.
Yes.
At the Nohoko Hanohanos, you sang "Bring Him Home." I videotaped it. It's gotten hundreds of views. But "Bring Him Home" has that. It's a hard song because it's got that high note, and it's a prayer.
It is.
Lord on high. Do you want to? Is your voice okay? Because I know you've been doing antibiotics. Are your
I
voice
know the sinus infection got to me.
Yes.
Bring Him Home is from a musical play, Les Miserables. And it talks about a father waiting for his son to come home from war. And I had to do this song. I was thinking, do I do a Hawaiian mele with hula implemented? But it came to me, Bring Him Home came to me to talk about our relationship to God. And more so our relationship with our loved ones. And it was a blessing, sort of, to bring people together. We finally came together as members of the Recording Academy after a 2-year, hiatus?
Yeah.
Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, hiatus.
I don't even know how to spell it. Oh, yeah, I know how to spell it. IATUS. And because of the 2-year break, I wanted to let everyone know that we must chart our journey and must love one another, no matter how we had to adapt to change during this pandemic. Are we being effective through change? Of course. Music brings us together. Culture brings us together. Love conquers all.
Aloha brings us together.
Yes, aloha. And so at the end, he says, bring him home, bring him home.
Yeah.
And I just love the first measure of the song.
Yeah.
God on high, hear my prayer in my need. You have always been there. Yeah, so it's
beautiful.
I'm not warmed up. I'm sorry.
No, chicken skin just from that.
But it's simply piano, and just how the progression chords it was just simple arrangement.
Yes, absolutely.
And I thought of you.
I thank you because I sing this and I think of the ultimate sacrifice of someone giving themselves. I've done my thing. I'm here. I'm old. He is young. So you're giving yourself to those, and it's like a handover, and just saying this is.
Yes.
And it's a beautiful, beautiful piece. I heard the 3 tenors, one version of the 3 tenors doing it. And I heard you, and I think you are just as good, if not better. And those are people who are trained operatically.
I know.
And that's the kind of voice
But
you
luckily, I went to college, Colorado Mesa University, in the first 2.5, 3 years. I had lunch with my professor of music, vocal performance. And I took some classical training for about 3 years.
Okay, little clues to people about singing, because you open your throat up and you are able to get to that extra place. Now, I've heard that if you go to that zone where that is and you don't push it and don't push your breath, you can hold a note longer.
Right.
Is that true?
It's all about breathing, using the right diaphragm and breathing and the vowels and projection of your voice and placement of that voice, Bring him home. Like there's a way to, be powerful and then crescendo out with falsetto maybe and with vibrato at the end. Home.
Yes. And that's, everyone thinks you have to sing big all the time. No. But you can sing soft and be as powerful when you are on that note, right?
Yeah, and my professor always teases me. He's a short Italian guy from New York, and he took some workshops with Pavarotti, and he was my vocal teacher of 3 years in college at Colorado Mesa University. Well, he'd be like, "Are you singing better? You're not singing flat, right, Mr. Bell?" I was like, "Yes," and he'd be like, "Are you saying 'Nya bella si la bro?'" note. Are you holding your notes? Are you projecting your voice? I was like, yes, doctor. And he's still the same.
His favorite Italian song he'd have you sing is?
Actually, he taught me Spanish too. Yeah, a Spanish song called Que Pronto, and it's a love song.
Oh.
Que pronto se te olvidó el falso juramento que sin necesidad a mi amor.
I love it. I love it. See, there's a language in music that goes for centuries. There's a
Yes.
language in music that is alive, and there's a vibration and energy in music that is healing.
Mm-hmm.
You know this. Music healed you.
Yes.
And when you sing, you are using that as a vehicle also to break boundaries, to share aloha,
Correct.
and to heal.
Correct.
You know, and
Music
I bless
is
that.
medicine.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's a song I'm writing with Nathan Ehrlich. Music is my medicine. He's a doctor, and
I
it's-
love it.
that's the song. The next song I'm working with. And music is a medicine. It is. Thank you, because it healed you
Yes, it did.
of speech. You had speech therapy when you were young, and
Yep.
it was easier for you to sing than to talk.
Yes. And now my dad and mom was like, you can't shut your mouth now. You talk too much.
But you talk with healing and with intent.
Thank you, love.
And with absolute love, you know.
Mahalo.
Well, it's the truth. It's the truth. You know, I've missed you so much because
Likewise.
I haven't seen you since February. And that was crazy busy time. People don't know how crazy it is.
April. It was April.
Oh,
in
March.
Las Vegas.
March.
For the
March and
Grammy
April.
Awards,
Yeah, you got
yes.
there March, April 3rd. You're
Yes,
right. Was the
yes.
Grammys. Absolutely true.
And the Hoku Awards in July. So
That's true.
The last time I
That
saw
you're
you,
correct.
the most beautiful self, Cindy Paulos of KOI FM, representing at the Hoku Awards as a nominee, multi-nominated
Yes.
artist
Yes.
and author. I saw you in July,
Thank
not
you.
February. It was
You're
July.
right. But we didn't get to really communicate.
Correct.
And I,
I
love
missed you
communicating.
so
I know
much.
we have to have a lunch or something.
Yes.
Truly, people, you can go to you in so many places, but I have to say, your husband, Alan, has done a beautiful job with some of the
Yes.
Instagram. Some of the best hulas you've seen
Yes.
there are really well done.
We have a series called Nawe Kapana, which means beat, sway to the beat of hula. It's a series where we feature different award-winning hula schools and their students, and truly the hula that we do exemplifies our and not enhances, but tells the story of our songs. So whether I write music about people and places I love, just like you, yeah, we write music about people and places we love here in Hawaii and throughout the world. In hula, you can see it in the gestures, in the smiles, in the hips, in the movement, in the leg,
in the aura,
in the aura,
the
especially.
presence.
And you can see the story unfold from hula. And
No, that's
music.
absolutely true. Absolutely
Yeah.
true. And you have some of the best of it. So thank you, Alan. And you now doing Instagram, but your Facebook posts are always interesting and
My
inspiring. with
husband's
great pictures.
amazing.
Yes, he is.
Without him, I
Yeah.
truly wouldn't be where I am today. And also my mother, who takes care
Your
of
mother,
operations.
Pua.
She's my mama Pua
What a
is the
beautiful-
operations tour manager, so she takes care of all the operation and customer relations.
And that's a lot of work.
A lot of work.
A lot
Yeah.
of work. You have your team.
And they are my
No,
family.
Alani,
I'm
you
an
have your
independent
team.
artist.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you know what? People ask you all the time, how did you do it? No one else has
If
done
you
like
give
what
me
you've
coffee and food, I'm good to go.
done. Little Louis Vuitton doesn't hurt.
And Louis Vuitton.
A little
Thank you.
Louis Vuitton.
Can KAOI FM sponsor me a Louis Vuitton from Shops of Wailea?
I still want one myself. My gosh, I don't have one. But I'm not asking for it. You know what? My gift is to be able to talk to beautiful people like you.
Thank you, love.
My gift is to be able to
Yes.
share your gifts.
Well, I'm also providing a free concert with my full band and award-winning hula at the Four Seasons Maui Resort for free.
When?
It is October 30th, the day before Halloween.
Oh my gosh! How
so if you
exciting.
can make it,
I do.
you
wanna
should come
go.
and have a cocktail.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
dedicate a song to you.
I would
promote
love
your
to.
music.
What time of that?
This is 6 p.m. to 7 p.m.
So that'd be on a Sunday.
on a Sunday, I think.
Yeah, because Halloween's the 31st.
Yes, and I'm singing with my full piece band, and we're gonna have award-winning hula provided by Halau Okaua Kanile. Sorry, not Hilo. Halau Oka Hanulehua with Kumu Hula Kamakakukona, as well as Teva Medeiros of Halau Kekua Okalao Ala Iliahi of Maui, award-winning halau. They won men the Kane category at Marimana Kula Festival, and I'm also featuring I think that's it.
That's enough. Where is it going to be? Do you know? Is it a ballroom? Is it outside? Is it in?
It is actually outside on the lawn by the restaurant Oceanfront.
Oh, wonderful.
So I'm singing on behalf of Festivals of Aloha. Good job, Dara Fujiwara. And Auntie Mopsy is the Hawaiian Culture Director and student of Halau o Kahanu Lehua with Kailua-Kona. Auntie Mopsy, Auntie Wendy Mopsy. She is cordially inviting me. And I'm also staying at the Four Seasons for 2 nights. I love Four Seasons.
I love it too. It's so great. I'll be there. That's the 30th.
I'll be there with my Louis Vuitton.
I know.
And I think I might go shopping at the shops.
What a gift. What a gift. Well, Kalani, thank you for so generously sharing your time, your stories, your heart, your aloha, your voice. Coming out, not only the Four Seasons on the 30th year album is coming out. The Christmas album is coming on the 28th. You got a big, big, big weekend and then a lot of wonderful shows. Yes. And you'll be back in Oahu for Christmas on the 23rd. Yes. We love you.
I love you more.
I love you more.
KAOI rocks the world. Love you, Cindy Paulo.
Love you too. Aloha. Aloha.